Stan Lee is the hero I chose for this project. There are many people whom I consider icons and heroes to me, but for the sake of this project, I picked one of the most influential people in comics. Stan Lee has always seemed humble, kind, and excited when interacting with the fans of his stories. He created so many heroes for Marvel and even more after he left the company. My focus on this project was to get a New York kind of feel to this. Something urban and kind of roguish. The painted feel was something I wanted from my original inception of this idea, but it did change a little bit as everything went on. The cropping on the artboard did cause a little bit of the paint strokes to kind of disappear, but was able to bring it back in and keep majority of what I had focused on. For the monochromatic, I really liked the blues and kind of how it all brought all this together. In terms of thinking of this on a shirt, I liked this one on a navy one. For the complementary, I went with these colors, later realizing that these look a little bit more like the Miami football team. But I did like the contrast between the blue and the orange and kind of adding a lighter vibe to it. And for this one, I envisioned this on a black shirt. It's actually one of my favorites out of all the ones I did. For the split complementary and double complementary, I went with some bolder choices. I went with some more brightly colored things, which is very much outside of what I would normally do. Normally, I would go with a little more subtle color choices, so I wanted to kind of push myself and see if I could find something that would work a little bit better on this. For the split complementary, I liked it on a green shirt to kind of make the purple, yellow, and that black kind of stand out a little bit more, even though there's not a lot of that fourth color on most of these. For the double complementary, I imagine this on a pink shirt, a color I've never really worked with much because pink is just not a color that I like very much. But I do think it works really well in this. The neon green eyes do make me feel a little uncomfortable when looking at this picture for too long. For analogous and triadic, I again went with some brighter colors. Triadic is a little more muted, a little more to what I normally like to use in my own personal stuff, of kind of a bright color here and there and a little bit more of a muted tone outside of that to make that pop a little bit more. Analogous, I kind of threw all of that out the window and just went, I want to go very, very bright. I think that these do have they do stand out quite a bit. And having this on kind of a light reddish pink kind of color shirt, I think would really make this pop. And that is where I finished on these. For the final design, I did go back to this image here. It was a close tie between this and my grayscale. It's one that I really went back and forth on, and I may wake up tomorrow morning wishing I had picked the grayscale because I really do like how that one looks. And here we have it on the final shirt. I think it really works well. I think some of my earlier iterations with it coming off the canvas would have made it add a little bit more, and so that might be something that I kind of touch up a little bit. But overall, I am very happy with how this turned out, and I will definitely be adding this to my portfolio going forward because I really do feel like this is a good showcase of my skills, and I like a lot of the color choices that I made. Some of them I may look back on after grading and kind of wish I'd picked something different. But thank you very much.